In Malaysia, the grassroots level of government is represented by the local government. Malaysia's government is divided into three levels: the federal, state and also local levels. The majority of local government fall under the purview of the state governments, with the exceptions of the federal government. Subsystems operate within and among one another, with local governments serving as one of them. Local governments have the power to sue and be sued by others and to own legal property because the higher government gave it one body responsible for local issues that represent the power of federal and state government, providing basic amenities, collecting and managing waste and garbage, planning and developing the area under their jurisdiction. Local government have the authority to collect taxes in the form of assessment taxes, make laws and rules in the form of bylaws, license and permit for any trade within their jurisdiction. Local authority are another term of local governments in Malaysia. Pihak berkuasa bertempatan, for short, was the name we gave it. The president yang dipertua for rural district and municipalities and the mayor Datuk Bandar cities are head the local governments. Allied administration distinguishes local governments area for districts. In rural areas, the jurisdiction of the local governments is largely determined by the boundaries of the district.
For the definition of Local Agenda 21, in June 1992, the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development hosted the Rio de Janeiro Earth Summit, which was developed in Local Agenda 21. The Rio Declaration on Environment and Development of Local Agenda 21, the Biodiversity Agreement, the Framework Agreement on Climate Change, and the Forest Principles are among the 5 aspects outlined in the report. The local community is participating in implementation efforts that contribute to sustainable development through Local Agenda 21. This consists of recognizing various concerns related to sustainable development and developing an action to resolve issue and implementation and action plan. Malaysia is one of the countries that has signed Local Agenda 21 to implement the policy through a strategy that emphasizes the overall basic level. It means individuals are also active in implementation of the policy, in particular of the Sustainable Development Action Programme. It is a positive step for Malaysia toward long-term development. The initial goal of this micro-policy is to educate the community on sustainable and local development concerns, including the general public, consumers, non-governmental organizations, NGOs, resident groups, mass media, and other communities. For the background of Local Agenda, it is divided into 4 components. The first component of Local Agenda 21 is concerned with social and economic issues. It outlines international collaboration to help poor countries to achieve sustainable development in poverty reduction. The economic factor also change in demand patterns that are inconsistent with long-term economic development. The second component is the conservation and resource management for the development dimension. This component includes land resource planning and management, managing vulnerable ecosystems through encouraging sustainable agriculture and urban development, and protecting protected species. The third component of this micro-policy is to strengthen critical groups' roles. This component emphasizes global initiatives undertaken by children, women, youth to achieve equitable and sustainable development. It is to improve the roles of employees, trade unions, businesses, technology, as well as farmers. And the last component of Local Agenda contains the implementation technique of Local Agenda 21. This component pressures financial resources and their processes, cooperation and capacity building.
Next, the implementation of Local Agenda 21 in Ipoh City Council. Ipoh City Council is local government that governs the city of Ipoh in Perak. Ipoh City Council has been fully involved in Local Agenda 21 and is managed by the Community Affairs Department. Local Agenda 21 in the Ipoh City Council was encourage non-governmental organizations to participate and cooperate to enhance the quality of life in Ipoh. LA21 has a bottom-up strategy, which is the local community is involved from the beginning of the planning process. The implementation of LA21 must begin with establishing organization based on local issue, and normally LA21 committee will be chaired by the committee who volunteered to participate in Local Agenda 21 for the area. Local Agenda 21 was provided an opportunity for the local communities to participate in activities that promote social and cultural value. Participating actively in the local Agenda 21 also gives council members the chance to increase their visibility and influence in the community. Ipoh City Council has three main action plans for local Agenda 21, which are firstly, cleanliness, beautification and environment, second, social, cultural and educational development, and the last one is sustainable and safe development.
Next is the program undertaken by the Council. There are a few programs were implemented successfully. The Ipoh City Council, private companies, agencies, sectors, and Ipoh City community collaborated to ensure the success of the programs. The first one is sports, health, and social work programs, as well as cultural program is not uncommon for this annual sporting event to draw a large crowd, either from the local community or tourists from other countries. As well, winning sports competitions are for the sake of social networking for all the participants. Organizing sport and health programs in this way is positive development. Secondly, for social, cultural, and health purposes, one of the programs is the Ipoh Citizen Community Clinic. These programs is the result of partnership between the City Council of Ipoh and Pantai Hospital Ipoh. Preventing and educating the underprivileged and those who have been exposed to various diseases are the clinic's main objective. Social, cultural, and public awareness programs. Forum Perdana, a program featuring current Islamic scholars, can now be enjoyed by residents of Ipoh City. As a result, the public awareness campaign. Throughout the month of Ramadan, the council organizes iftar events. It is a win-win situation for the offerings and the city council when the programs like this are implemented. The fourth one is physical, social, and cultural well-being initiative. The Sustainable Development Local Agenda 21 program's hallmark is the physical programs, which is the development that meets current needs without compromising the needs of future generations. Equilibrium between economic growth and social development all needs is defining the characteristics of sustainable development.
So I'm going to talk about the advantages of Agenda 21. So I've divided the advantages to four sectors or four views, which is social, environment, political, and also economic. So in terms of social, Agenda 21 can protect and develop human health condition, and it is also concerned about children and youth future. And Agenda 21 also in terms of social, it is also develop women empowerment. On the other hand, in terms of environment, Agenda 21 can conserve resources for future development, especially resources from renewable or unrenewable resources. Agenda 21 also can manage fragile ecosystem properly and combat environmental pollution. In terms of politics, Agenda 21 can tighten in the role of local government. This is due to the fact that most of solutions addressed by Agenda 21 have their origins in local action. Therefore, local government, the cooperation of local government is really necessary to accomplish its objective. Next is Agenda 21 also can enhance diplomatic or political relation between countries to many programs addressed by Agenda 21. Last but not least, in terms of economic, the most significant advantages can be seen in Agenda 21 is can reduce poverty. Next is can accelerate international trade activity, and also can last but not least in terms of economic can generate internal resources, particularly for developing country. They focus on agriculture sector. There are four challenges of implementation Agenda 21. First of all is lack of public awareness. As we know, raising public awareness is really important for increasing passion and support to accomplish the intended impact. Next is financial problems, especially the countries that face financial crises such as debt and high level of poverty. Next is incompetence and corruption administration. Generally, ineffective administration can cause disasters such as corruption, untrustworthy breach of trust, and many more. Based on study, economies with a high degree of corruption are most likely unable to function properly rather than economies with a low degree of corruption. Last but not least is weak national laws institution. This is because without strict law enforcement, then Agenda 21 can be failed, because the most initiative addressed by Agenda 21 requires strong implementation of laws and policies such as environmental policy, law of deforestation, law of policies of solid waste disposal, and so on.
As a conclusion, the implementation of Local Agenda 21 or LA21 in all local authorities in Malaysia is an important agenda in assuring that local sustainable development efforts can be realised. To accomplish the program goals, three parties, which are Ipoh City Council, private agency, and communities, need to collaborate. The aspiration of achieving local sustainable development will not be realised without sustainable and continuous cooperation between them. Ipoh City Council is the main entity in the implementation of Local Agenda 21, need to play a proactive role in raising the level of education and community awareness to engage voluntarily and continuously in LA21. In addition, for the corporate sector, this program will provide a chance to contribute to the success of the planned program, while also promoting the product through sponsorship of program activities.
That's all from us. Thank you.